Hello and welcome to Baseplate Reviews. Over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be building and reviewing a couple of Lunar New Year sets, or Spring Festival sets as LEGO brand them. The 2023 set here is branded as the Spring Festival, Chinese Festival Special Edition, and then the more recent 2024 sets are just branded as the Spring Festival. But we'll start in order and do the 2023 set first, which is set number 80111. Lunar New Year Parade, and this is an absolutely stacked with minifigures set. So I'm going to set the camera down and we'll get this box open and see what we're working with. So this was a 2023 set, has 1653 pieces and originally went for 130 US dollars, 170 Canadian or 90 British pounds. So much better price in Europe and the UK in my opinion. But I picked this up heavily discounted for 102 Canadian dollars, and I think that if you can still find these, you should find them pretty heavily discounted. Like I say, it's a huge minifig pack and should be really great for my Chinatown section of the city that I'm planning on. But anyway, let's get this open and see what we're working with. I've got my Stanley knife or box cutter here, got my Diet Coke below the camera, so we're all good to go. So, the instructions are all safe in their cardboard sleeve. That's always a good thing as far as I'm concerned. Should be some stickers in there if there are stickers in this set as well. There's not sure that these are stickers. They look like they're some kind of not fabric as such, but yeah, there must be these bits that are on the box just there. That's pretty cool. And on top of that, yeah, we've got a fairly big sticker sheet just here with looks like 13 individual stickers on it. No, it looks like it's probably more than that, just that some of them are, there's 9 of these ones which say LEGO for example, so quite a lot of stickers, and 1, 2, 3 booklets. Pretty good if you want to build together. You can build each float and their accompanying minifigures separately. I think that's good because these kind of sets would be built, potentially bought, for a family kind of celebration time. And we are looking at, I think, 10 bags. So yeah, let's get to work. This wasn't a bad build at all, probably taking around 3 hours or so an hour for each float. I'm sure a decent kid builder could get this constructed, but there are some fiddly bits, so it might be one that younger builders need a helping hand for. Plus there is the drawback of a fair few clear stickers that can be tricky to place just right. There are some light Technic elements to the build in terms of underneath each float, in order to get the movement functions as the floats get pushed or pulled along, but nothing too bad if Technic isn't your thing at all. 3 flexi plastic elements to form a couple of banners and a decoration for the second float appear to be pretty high quality and should stand up to the test of time from what I can see. Like I say, not a bad build. The bases of each float are pretty similar, but the top side for each is unique enough and stops it feeling repetitive. Okay, so first impressions after getting this built are actually that it's really quite impressive, certainly at the price that I got it at, which was with a significant discount. I mean, just as a minifig pack, the 18 minifigures with 6 of them being spectators and then all of the kind of performers, people standing on the float, then yeah, I mean, that's great in and of itself. But each of these floats actually has movement functions. When you start rolling it, each of the elements moves a little bit, whether that's the drummer here going side to side, or the dragon back there spinning around. So yeah, I mean, it's listed as an 8+ set on the box, but actually some fairly tricky building bits to it, some fiddly bits. There are lots of small elements, as we can see, all the kind of decorative pieces, but there are also some really quite large elements, those discs there, and then obviously the great big round pieces for these massive drums, and the kind of I don't want to say foil pieces, but for the flags there, and then for this element going over the middle float. So yeah, in terms of variety, real variety of pieces and building techniques. Obviously each base of each float was fairly similar, but everything on top, the actual displays on each float was pretty different. So yeah, pretty satisfying as a build, but I'll get on to reviewing each individual element, each individual float as we go. This was a year of the rabbit set, so no surprise that the lead float here is adorned by a large bunny, and you can also see that this nods back and forth when pushed or pulled along. It's not my favourite of the 3 floats, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with this, and it sets a good standard for the others to reach. Maybe I don't love it because I find white rabbits with their red eyes a bit weird. Apologies to those of you out there who love your albino rabbit pets. Now this second float is probably my favourite. It's the musical float and has plenty of that great turquoise colour, plus a large bendy plastic element above it and a fantastic huge drum at the back that appears as if it's being played when the float is pulled along. Maybe they should have had a sound brick with this set. That could have been great, especially if it was activated by motion. I really like the decoration of this one too, with plenty of lantern type elements, giving it an authentically Chinese style. Finally, we have the Lego themed float. Wait, aren't they all kind of Lego themed? Well, this one has built up Lego bricks and several minifigs referencing classic themes, and although you'd think a dragon is very much in place for a Chinese parade, this is specifically the Lego dragon that I believe is named Dolly. I do like the way the giant bricks have been built up, and the stickers saying Lego really do add to it. The movement for this float actually sees the dragon spin the entire way round if you were to pull the float for far enough. I think this float was a clever addition to the set, although I'm never quite as big a fan to various callbacks of other sets as some other Lego fans appear to be, and this is something designer Justin Ramsden does a lot of if you follow what sets he's designed. Lots of minifigs to get through, so we'll start with those ones from the Lego float, calling back to classic themes of space, castle and pirates. They do also have 3 other hats referencing forest men and some city sets, and these are kept in a box at the rear of the float. Apparently the purple elements of the spaceman here could be combined with a recent minifigure series set to get a fully complete purple spaceman, which is a bigger deal to others than myself. Nice minifigs here, although only one has an alternate face. The musical troupe is just fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Great torso designs, plus 4 out of the 5 of them have alternate faces, plus the hair elements are great as well as the musical instruments, whether they are built or just moulded pieces. The rabbit costume wearing minifigure is another good one, and thanks to not having any kind of tailpiece, we avoid getting into any weird furry territory, which is a big plus. The rabbit headpiece is great, but the actual face underneath is really good too, and has a nice alternate face as well. The torso printing is good on both the back and front. The martial artist minifigure is solid if a bit unspectacular compared to some of the others, but the hairpiece with bandana is pretty ace. I think it may well be Lego Monkey Kid's hair, and this could well be another little reference done very purposefully. Before we get on to the last two performers, we've got the 6 spectators, and these are all pretty great for my money. The photographer guy appears to be squinting to get a perfect shot, with some bunny themed glasses on, and the younger minifig appears to be on some kind of call to her grandparents, maybe using a tablet of some kind. Only he has an alternate face, but her great hairpiece makes up for not having one. Our next pair both have great hairpieces, and the youngster's traditional outfit is ace. They both have what can only be described as perturbed alternate faces. The final 2 spectators appear not to be Asian minifigs, but they've come along to join in the parade fun, and I like the woman's bubble tea for sure. Again though, it appears as though at least one of the minifigs here has seen something horrifying when we check their alternate face. Yep, that'll be it for sure. These final 2 minifigs are absolute nightmare fuel. Don't get me wrong, they are very cool, but those huge heads are enough to make a citizen of my city never want to go outside again. These are genuinely fantastic though. Great torso prints where you can make out a bunny across the top half. Although they don't have traditional alternate face prints, those huge heads more than make up for it. A clever design feature is that the floats can be hitched together by removing what looks like a bumper piece from the back of the floats, meaning you can pull them all along at once. Overall, I think this set is a real winner, especially at the prices it was in Europe. 18 minifigures alone for £90 is booming so far as I'm concerned, and although technically this set is retired, I've seen it on discount in LEGO stores here in Canada and can see it's available online from various retailers. It's something really different and I think displays well by itself, but should also make a great addition to my city once the raised part of that is in place. I hope you enjoyed this review and it was fun as well as informative. If you did, please do leave a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And as always, be good.